Have you ever wondered why you keep repeating the same mistakes? Why you set goals, promise yourself change, and yet fall back into the same patterns that suffocate you? You scroll late at night knowing tomorrow you'll feel guilty. You tell yourself you'll be more disciplined, but then your desires whisper and drag you back down. And deep inside, you know, it's not just bad luck, it's you. This is the uncomfortable truth we avoid. The greatest enemy most of us face isn't out there in the world. It's in here, inside, in the shadows of your own mind. And the longer you ignore it, the more it quietly eats away at your potential, your relationships, and the life you could have lived. The German philosopher Dietrich Bonhoeffer once wrote, "The ultimate test of a moral society is the kind of future it leaves to its children." But think about it. What kind of future are you leaving to your future self? Are you building a foundation of strength, or are you planting seeds of regret that will one day choke you? We live in an age of endless choice. We can binge 100 shows, scroll endlessly, chase dopamine in 1,000 forms. But choice, paradoxically, has not made us freer. It has enslaved us. Plato warned us about this 2,000 years ago when he wrote about the cave. People chained, staring at shadows on a wall, mistaking illusions for reality. Today, the shadows are notifications, endless feeds, algorithms designed to capture your attention. And here's the twist. You're not just chained to the cave. You're choosing to stay there. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Yet most of us don't have a why. We have endless hows: how to get rich, how to get fit, how to be happy. But without a deeper why, the hows become noise. And in the absence of a why, distraction wins. Let me tell you a story. In ancient Rome, a general would ride through the streets after a great victory. The crowds would roar his name, shower him with flowers, treat him like a god. But behind him, a slave would whisper in his ear, "Memento mori." Remember, you are mortal. Remember, you will die. Why did they do this? Because success blinds us. We forget humility. We forget perspective. But what if you reverse this? What if, instead of waiting for glory, you reminded yourself every morning, "Memento mori." You are mortal. Time is slipping. That dream you've delayed, that conversation you're avoiding, that better self you keep promising. One day, the chance will be gone. And here's the cruel reality. Most people will never change, not because they can't, but because comfort is more seductive than transformation. Psychologists talk about the pleasure principle, our tendency to seek immediate gratification and avoid discomfort. You say you want growth, but your brain resists the pain of growth. Nietzsche again warned us, "The snake which cannot shed its skin perishes." Yet, how many of us cling to the old skin, our habits, our excuses, our fears, because shedding it feels unbearable. But here's the paradox. The very discomfort you flee from is the gateway to freedom. Your scrolling habit isn't just wasting time. It's eroding your ability to sit in silence, to face yourself. Your procrastination isn't laziness, it's avoidance, a fear of failure disguised as delay. Every time you run from the pain, you strengthen its chains. Machiavelli, often misunderstood as ruthless, once observed, "It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." What he meant is that character, not circumstance, defines you. You don't become virtuous because the world hands you power, or respect, or love. You earn it by how you live, especially in the small, unseen choices. And that's where you are losing. Not in the big decisions, but in the 1,000 little ones that no one else sees. Think of it this way. Every day you are fighting a silent war, not with governments or bosses or haters on the internet, but with yourself. The part of you that craves comfort is always at war with the part of you that dreams of greatness. The outcome is decided not in dramatic moments, but in the smallest, quietest choices. You want to read, but you scroll. You want to train, but you snooze. You want to be present, but you drift. And slowly, almost invisibly, the war is lost. But here is where philosophy matters, because philosophy is not abstract. It is survival. It is a weapon. Plato taught that the unexamined life is not worth living. But today, the unexamined life is the default. We avoid reflection because reflection reveals truth. And truth hurts. Truth tells you that you're wasting potential. Truth tells you that you're addicted to distraction. Truth tells you that you are complicit in your own suffering. But truth also frees. The moment you dare to face yourself honestly, you begin to break the chains. Ask yourself, what patterns are you repeating? What fears are you obeying? What illusions are you hiding behind? Let's be brutally honest. Most people watching this will nod, agree, feel a surge of inspiration, and then do nothing. That's the pattern. That's the self-sabotage. But a few, just a few, will use this as a spark. They will realize the cost of staying the same is heavier than the discomfort of change. Because here's the deepest secret. The pain you feel in discipline is temporary. The pain of regret is permanent. Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." And he was right. Look at your days. Look at your hours. Are you using them to build a life you'll be proud of? Or are you letting them slip into the black hole of comfort and distraction? Now, here's a twist you won't like. Even your pursuit of self-improvement can become another trap. You consume book after book, video after video, quote after quote, yet never act. It feels productive, but it's just another form of avoidance, another shadow on the cave wall. The Stoics had a word, arete, excellence through action. Not thinking, not planning, not dreaming. Action. That is where change happens. So let me leave you with this. You are not powerless. You are not doomed to repeat your mistakes forever. The enemy within is strong, but so are you. The war is not lost, but it requires something most people will never give. Honesty, courage, and action. You will die. That is inevitable. But how you live, how you fight this silent war, that is still in your hands. When the noise of the world fades and you are left alone with your thoughts, what will echo back at you? Excuses, regrets, or the quiet pride of someone who faced the war within and won? The choice, as always, is yours.